Kapa Ohana. This is Jackie here with Tina. We'll be guiding you today through a 45 minutes all-level Vinyasa yoga class. Feel free to modify as you need, but I will also be giving you some other modifications, and Tina here will be demoing all of the prenatal modifications. And so the focus of the class today will be Natarajanasana, Lord of the Dance Pose. And the reason why I picked this posture for today, well, there's three reasons why I picked it. The first one is I think we can all agree when we're stressed or just having a bad day, the one thing that always solves the problem is dancing, right? So that's the first reason I picked dancer's pose. The second reason is Lord Nataranja is known as the Lord of creation, of preservation, and also of destruction. So with the times that we're going through right now, it's important to recognize that out of destruction, something always grows, something else is always created. And so I truly believe that as we continue to move through this process together as a community, supporting and loving each other, we're only going to come out stronger. And the third reason for this pose as well is that it's a posture that really opens up the shoulders, the back, the hips, as well as the hamstrings. And these are all areas that tend to get really tight when we're stressed or feeling anxious. So let's go ahead and get started today in a child's pose. So you're bringing your big toes together to touch, opening the knees out wide, and then just resting your forehead down to the floor. We want to have our hands shoulder width apart, walking the fingertips as far forward towards the top of the mat, and continuing to root the hips down into the heels, fully elongating the spine. Together, we'll take a deep breath in through the nose, filling up the chest, filling up the belly, holding at the top. And with an open mouth exhale, let it release. One more time, we'll breathe in through the nose, slowing down the breath, holding at the very top of the lungs. Open mouth exhale, let it go. And now sealing the lips closed, we'll continue to take our breaths in through the nose and out through the nose, tuning into our Ujjayi yogic breath, making sure both ends of the breath are equally balanced. And as we take a deep breath in through the nose, create more length throughout the spine. And on your exhale, crawl both of the hands over to your right, placing the left hand on top, taking 5 rounds of breath down the left side of your body. Allow the forehead to relax down, rooting into the left sit bone. With your inhale, walk your hands back to the center. Exhale, crawl them over to your left, placing the right hand on top, this time pressing down into the right sit bone for 5 rounds of breath. Inhaling, we'll walk both of the hands back towards the front of the mat. And now pressing into the palms, let's come forward into a tabletop position, bringing our hands directly underneath the shoulders with our knees hips width apart. If you have a sensitive wrist, you can go ahead and make fists just like Tina is right over here. So as you inhale, dropping the belly down, we're going to arch the spine, sending the chest forward and up for cow pose. Tucking the toes, pressing into hands and knees, round your upper back for cat pose, drawing the chin towards the chest. And on your own, just continue here with a few more rounds. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Connecting your own breath to your own movement. And maybe adding some extra organic movements that feel good in the body, such as rolling around the shoulders, the hips, the neck. Just flowing and dancing with the rhythm of your breath. And wherever you are, we'll continue with 2 more rounds. And once you are finished, we'll come back to a neutral tabletop position. So from here, bringing our knees in together to touch, we're going to tuck our toes at the back end of our mat, and we're going to start to lean our way back towards the heels. If you find this uncomfortable, you can grab a block or a pillow to sit on top of instead. So once we're sitting up nice and tall with the shoulders stacking over the hips, we're going to inhale both of the arms up over our head, lengthening through the sides of the body. And as you exhale, taking eagle arms, the right arm goes underneath the left. You can either hug the shoulders, get the back of the hands to touch, or bring the palms in together to touch. With another breath in, we're going to lift the elbows up in line with the shoulders. And as we exhale, we begin to round, feeling the shoulder blades spreading apart from one another. Deep breath into your spine for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly rising all the way back up, we'll inhale the arms up overhead. As we exhale, eagle wrapping the left arm underneath the right, take any variation of your choice. Breathing in, we'll raise our elbows up in line with the shoulders. Breathing out, we'll press the forearms away from our face as we drone through the upper back. Again, just feeling the shoulder blades spreading apart from one another, stretching the rhomboid muscles right in between. Slowly rising all the way back up, unravel the arms. Inhale, sweep them up overhead. Exhale, we'll release the hands back down out in front of us, shifting forward tabletop position. Then go ahead and just pat the feet out, release the toes, release the ankles. Maybe sway the hips a little bit from side to side. And now in our tabletop position, we're going to extend the right leg over to the right, so that we're sealing the knife edge of the foot down. Toes are pointing directly forward. Taking just 1 round of cat-cow here, we're going to inhale, arching the spine. Holding for a few rounds of breath, feeling that sensation throughout the inside of your right thigh. 1 more in through the nose. And now as we exhale, heart-melting pose, you can either drop down onto your elbows, or you can walk your hands forward towards the top of the mat, releasing forehead, chin, or chest to the floor. If you're expecting, you can stay up here onto your palms and just work on a few more rounds of cat-cow. Just 2 more rounds of breath on this side. And slowly begin to walk the hands back underneath the shoulders, releasing the right knee back in to meet the left. Extending the left leg over to the left, seal the knife edge of the foot down, and then line up your heel so that it's in line with your right knee. As we inhale, taking 1 round of cow pose, we'll arch the spine, gazing up towards the sky, visualizing your breath flowing into the left hip flexor. And now on your exhale, heart-melting pose, either staying on your palms, releasing the elbows down, or working the hands forward. Slowly begin to press yourself all the way back up onto your hands and release the left knee back in to meet the right. Tucking the toes underneath us at a hip's width distance, we're going to lift the hips up into our first downward facing dog. Then go ahead and pedal out the legs a few times so you're bending the right knee, bending the left knee. You want to make sure you're spreading through the fingertips, pressing into all 10 knuckles. Then imagine spinning the eye of the elbow slightly forward to create some more expansion across the chest. Letting your your head relax nice and long and heavy. The shoulders will also continue to pull back and down away from the ears. As you lift your sit bones up towards where the ceiling and the back wall meet, you'll be able to send your chest and the belly closer towards the thighs, continuing to root the heels all the way down in towards the earth. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. On your next inhalation, lifting the heels, take your gaze forward. Exhale, begin to walk your feet all the way to the top of the mat with your feet at a hips width distance. If the hamstrings are feeling tight, add a little bend to the knees. We'll inhale, hands to our shin bones, halfway lift, shoulders rolling back. Exhale, hinging directly at the hips, forward fold, Uttanasana. The feet wider than your hips if you need a little bit more space for the belly. And we'll do that 2 more times. Inhaling, hands to shin bones, halfway lift. Exhale, leading with your heart, forward fold. Last time, inhale, peel the heart open, halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Now adding a little bend to the knees, we're going to inhale, rising to stand, circling both of the arms up overhead, palms come together. Exhale, hands release to the heart center, Anjali Mudra. Inhale, circling the arms up overhead, gaze up in between the fingertips. Lengthening the tailbone down, exhale, cactus the arms, take a back bend. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, leading with your heart, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, planting the hands, step your feet back, high plank position. Shifting the shoulders forward so they're directly above the wrist. We're going to press through the heels, engaging the quads. You also have the option here to lower the knees, keeping the belly and the rib cage drawing into the spine. We'll breathe here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you're expecting, you'll take a cat-cow. Everyone else, chaturanga, exhale as you lower down. Untucking the toes, inhale, up dog or cobra pose. Rolling over the toes, exhale, downward facing dog. Take 3 rounds of breath here, in through the nose, out through the nose. Inhaling, lift the heels to look forward. Exhale, walk or jump your feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, hands to your shin bones, halfway lift. Exhale, hinging at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, rising to stand. Sweep both of the arms up high. Gaze in between the fingertips. Exhale, cactus the arms, take your back bend. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, interlace the hands behind your lower back. Squeezing the palms together, inhale, roll the shoulders open, reaching your fist towards the heels. Leading with your heart, exhale, forward fold, peeling the fist away from your low back. We'll take 5 rounds of breath here, breathing into the shoulders. Option to keep a soft bend throughout the knees. Together, we'll breathe in. On our exhale, our hands will release back down to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, planting the hands, step back, high plank position. Chaturanga, lower halfway down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Inhaling, lift the right leg up towards the sky. With the left toe still pointing forward, exhale as you stack the hip open, looking underneath the right arm. squeezing your right heel towards your glute. Inhaling, straighten the legs, square out the hip. Exhale, tiger pose, knee to the nose, shoulders over the wrist. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg rises up. Exhale, step the right foot forward in between your hands. Releasing your left knee down to the floor for Vinyasa, low lunge. Make sure the right knee is stacked above the ankle or slightly behind. As we inhale, both of the arms circle up overhead. Cactusing the arms, exhale, sink the hips a little bit lower, but keep tucking the tailbone underneath. Inhale, reach the arms up high. Exhale, take an open arm twist over to your right. Right arm back, left arm forward. If you're expecting, you'll twist in the opposite direction. Imagine pressing your shoulders in opposite directions, so the right shoulder's pulling back, left shoulder's pressing forward. Keeping the belly tight, inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Again, exhale, cactus the arms, deepen your back bend. Inhale, reach the arms up high. Exhale, releasing the left hand down the back leg. You're going to spin your gaze over the left shoulder. And as you lunge deeper into your right knee, the right arm continues to pull back behind the ear. Feeling the shoulder blades lifting through the back of the heart. Big breath in. Exhaling, cartwheel the hands down to the floor. Straightening the right leg, we're going to inhale, flexing the toes back towards the face. Exhale, lengthening the torso forward, come down into your fold. Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. If the back of the leg is feeling a little tight, you can add a bend to the knees, or you can use blocks or maybe books underneath both hands. For those expecting, you can bring the hand inside of the right leg and maybe open up the foot a little bit wider so you have more space. Rebending the right knee, we're going to plant the hands, tucking the back toes, lifting the left knee off of the floor. Step the right foot back to meet the left, high plank position. If you're expecting, please take your cat-cow. Everyone else, we're going to lower all the way down onto our belly and chest. With the toes untucked, we're going to squeeze through the inner thighs by walking the heels towards one another. Interlacing the hands behind our low back, we're going to press the fists together, press the palms together to touch. Rolling the shoulders open, take an open mouth exhale. And as you inhale, begin to lift everything off of the ground for Shalabhasana, locust pose. You want to press into your hip bones to lift the ribcage higher up off of the ground. Imagine reaching your fist all the way back to your heels. Breathing for 3. Lifting for 2. And 1. Exhale to lower everything down. With your hands back underneath the shoulders, tucking the toes, lifting the knees up off of the ground. Rise all the way up, high plank position. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhaling the left leg up towards the sky. We're going to exhale to stack the hip open, bending the left heel towards the left glute and just turning your gaze underneath the left arm. As you continue to press your chest underneath that left arm, make sure the right toes continue to point forward, keeping that right foot neutral. As you inhale, re-straighten out the legs, square out your hip. Exhale, knee to your nose, tiger pose, shoulders over the wrist. Inhale, three-legged dog, reaching the left leg up high. Exhale, step the left foot forward in between the hands, releasing the right knee to the ground. With your left foot, the knee and the hip in one straight line, We're going to inhale, Anjaneyasana, high, low crescent lunge. Lengthening the tailbone down towards the back heel. Exhale, squeezing the shoulder blades in towards one another as we cactus the arms for our back bend. Inhale, reach the arms up high overhead. Exhale, take a twist over to the left, reaching the left arm back, right arm forward. If you're expecting, you'll twist over to your right. Now make sure to press a little bit more into the left pinky toe of your foot. That way you can keep the knee in line with your hip. Stack the shoulders over the hips. Lengthen through the top of the head. Breathe in through the nose. Twist a little deeper with your exhale. Inhaling, reach the arms up high. Exhale, cactus the arms, take your back bend. Inhale, reach the arms back up overhead. Spinning open to the right, exhale as you slide the right hand down the right leg. Lunging deeper into that front foot and continuing to pull the left arm back behind the ear. As you continue to spin your gaze over the right shoulder, maybe look at that back heel behind you. One more breath in through the nose. Exhaling, cartwheel the hands all the way down to the floor. And with an inhale, straightening the left leg, lengthen the torso all the way forward over the left thigh. Exhale, half splits, forward fold. If you notice any rounding throughout your spine, again, just add a little bend through the knee. Reach the crown of the head towards the toes. And make sure to keep plenty of space between the chin and the chest. Rebending the left knee, plant the foot down to the floor. Tucking the back toes, lift the right knee off of the ground. Stepping back to high plank position. We're going to lower all the way down onto our belly and chest once again. Moving into floor bow, Tina will give you some variations for those who are expecting. So for everyone else, if reaching back for your feet is inaccessible, you can grab a belt or a towel that'll help you connect your hand to your foot by just placing it around the leg. Otherwise, reaching right hand to the outside of the right foot, reaching left hand to the outside of the left ankle, we're going to walk the knees in together as close as we can. Imagining like you're trying to squeeze a thin piece of paper in between the thighs. Roll the shoulders open. Breathe out through the mouth. And as you inhale, begin to kick the feet up and then kick the shins back. That way, as you kick back towards the wall behind you, you'll start to notice the chest lifting higher than the knees. Pressing deeper into the hip bones for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. As you exhale, lower everything down to the floor. And just windshield wipe the knees from side to side to release the low back. Releasing the feet all the way to the back of the mat, tucking the toes, set up your hands underneath the shoulders. Lifting the legs and the chest at the same time. Inhale, high plank position. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 rounds of breath here. As you inhale, lifting the heels, take your gaze forward. Exhale to walk your feet all the way up in between the hands. Keeping your feet hip width apart, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. With a soft bend in the knees, inhale, rise to stand. Circle the arms up over your head. Sinking the weight towards your heels, exhale, chair plane, fly it back. If you lift all 10 toes, you should still be able to keep the balance. And then if you're feeling a big curve throughout the low back, again, just lengthen the tailbone down. Reach up higher through the pinky fingers, expand across the chest. Keeping the hips low, inhale, reach the arms up, chair pose. One more time, exhale, chair plane, fly it back. Shifting all your weight to the left foot, inhale, reach the arms up and bring the right knee up towards the chest. Single leg mountain pose. Keeping the belly tight here, release the rib cage down and in towards one another. And press in through all 4 corners of the left foot. We'll take one more breath in through the nose. Landing in chair plane, exhale, fly it back. Inhaling, Utkatasana, chair pose, reach the arms out by the ears. Exhale, chair plane, fly it back. Shifting your weight to your right foot, inhale. Single leg mountain pose. With the toes either flexed or pointed, engage the right quad by pulling the kneecap up, feeling yourself grow just a little bit taller. One more breath in. Landing in chair plane, exhale, fly it back. This time rising all the way up to stand. Inhale, reach the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, cactus the arms, back bend. Inhale, reach the arms up high. And exhale, release Tadasana, mountain pose. All right, let's shake out the arms, shake out the feet as we prepare for our final peak pose, dancer's pose. So if balance here gets a little rough, you can always use a wall or a chair, just anything that you can hold on to help you keep your balance. And so for this pose, we want to have our right hand. We're going to start with our right knee up. So we want to have the right palm facing outwards so that as we shift our weight to the left leg, we're going to grab onto the inside of the right foot. With your knees squeezing back in towards the left, we're going to reach the left arm up towards the sky, or you're going to reach the left hand to the wall. Now we want to start with the kick first. So let's start to kick the right foot into the right hand, and you'll notice that shoulder automatically opening. As you continue to lift and open up the heart towards the sky, we'll start to slowly hinge down at the hips, beginning to just take our gaze out in front of us. Spread through the fingertips. Maybe come into a mudra of your choice. Finding balance, finding stillness, finding breath. In through the nose, out through the nose, trusting in your strength, trusting in the process of destruction and creation. Slowly coming out of the pose, release your right foot back down. Shake out the legs, again shake out the arms. And we'll switch sides. So now we're going to turn the left palm to face outwards. Bending the left knee, grab a hold of the inside of the left ankle and reach the right arm up towards the sky. Take a breath in through the nose. When you're ready to get into your dancer's pose, kick the foot back into your left hand. Continue to square the right hip back. And then as you slightly hinge forward, lift the right arm up a little bit higher. Gazing down the bridge of your nose, pressing in through all 4 corners of the right foot. We'll hold for 5 rounds of breath. Slowly coming out of the pose. Release the left leg, release everything. Again, shake it out. And we'll move to the top of the mat for one last vinyasa together. With the feet hip width or big toes together touching. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Swan diving down, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, planting the hands, step back, high plank position. Inhale, shift the shoulders forward. Exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway down. Inhale, urdhva mukha, up dog. Exhale, adho mukha, downward facing dog. Inhaling, lift the right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, half pigeon pose. We're going to release our right knee behind the right wrist and our heel in front of the left hip. Sliding the left leg all the way to the back of your mat. You want to make sure that both of your hips are still squaring forward. So if this feels uncomfortable for you, you can either lay down on your back just like Tina is, or you can prop a blanket or a block underneath your right sit bone. And whenever you're ready, just bring yourself down into a forward fold. Closing up the eyes. Coming back to your breath. And just taking this moment to draw your attention fully inward. Noticing and absorbing all of the benefits of your practice today. If you're taking reclined pigeon pose, you're more than welcome to stay there on your spine. Everyone else, pressing up onto the hands, we're going to tuck the left toes, re-extending the right leg up towards the sky. And as you release the right foot down, inhale the left leg up. Exhale, bring the left shin behind both wrists, or cross the left ankle above the right knee for those in the reclined position. As you slide the right leg back, just make sure that your heel, your knee, and your hip are in one straight line. Inhale to lift the chest. When you're ready, forward folds. Slowly pressing up onto your hands. We're going to tuck the right toes, re-extending the left leg up towards the sky. And then the left foot will release back down. Taking our gaze forward towards the hands, we're going to either walk or jump ourselves through into a seated position. Bringing our knees in together to touch. Now with the right fingertips behind the low back, you're going to use your left arm to wrap the hands around the shins. Inhale to lengthen up the spine, and exhale to take a gentle twist, gazing over the right shoulder. Inhale, making your way back through center, wrapping the right arm around both legs, and releasing the left hand behind your back. Exhaling to deepen your twist. Inhale, come back to center. And still holding onto your knees, you're going to gently rock all the way down onto your spine For Apanasana, wind removing pose, hugging the knees into your chest. If you're expecting, we'll just ask you to place a bolster underneath your spine so that you would be more at an incline rather than flat on your back. And now opening out the arms like a T, we'll drop both of the knees over to the right as we spin our gaze to the left. Inhale, the knees back through center. Exhale, drop them over to your left, spinning your gaze to the right. Inhaling, bring the knees back to the center. And with the arms wrapping around the shin bones, we're going to curl our forehead up to meet the knees, engaging every single muscle we just used one more time. Breathing in through the nose. And with an open mouth exhale, releasing into our Shavasana, corpse pose. Slowly bringing awareness back into your body. Begin to wiggle out the fingertips, the toes, and lengthening the arms over your head. Gently roll on over to either side, taking a few breaths in our fetal position. And still keeping the eyes closed, we'll use the hands to press up into any comfortable seat of your choice. We'll seal our practice while bringing our palms together at heart center, bowing our gaze down. Using this moment to thank yourself for making it out on your mat today, as you continue to absorb the light, the love, and the good energy created throughout your practice. Raising our thumbs to our third eye center right in between the eyebrows. I thank all of you for joining me today. The light within me sees and honors the light within you. Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for your ongoing support. And we'd just like to let you know that we're here to support you as much as we can as well. If you need anything, any sort of emotional support, please don't hesitate to reach out. This is what the Ohana, the Hapa Ohana community is all about. So thank you so much. Sending lots of love and good energy your way.
We miss you.
And we miss you so much. Can't wait to get everybody back in here together.
Thank you so much. That was so good.